Doesn't matter what you're going through
or what you have been through. Thank God is fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous.
Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous. What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank
God is fabulous.
Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational, or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice? Doesn't matter what you're going through
or what you have been through. Thank God is fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous.
Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous. What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank
God is fabulous.
Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational, or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
what you're going through or what you have been through. Thank God it's fabulous. I'm Welda Patey.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous. Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God it's fabulous. What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God it's fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God it's fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
Yep, another day. Alrighty. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good
Thank
evening.
God it's another
It's
day.
fabulous. Yes.
And remember now, it doesn't matter what you are going through today.
Oh, what you have been through?
Thank God it is
Thank
fabulous.
God. It's fabulous.
So, yep. So today we bring you a continuation of maturity. But before we get into that topic, our community is at a loss right now.
Yes.
We are mourning the loss of a very young man. I mean, the young one. Okay? Not the baby kind, but the young kind. You know, that young adolescent who's getting up there in life. We lost one. You know, the place you put your eggs, and you know that, oh, this person is getting to that place where they will get a job, they will take care of you when you old. That age, we lost one. So our community is mourning and we are sad right now. So we ask everyone, reach out to the family, because it's tough. It's tough. I can't even fathom it and I can't imagine it. So that one is too deep for me, because I have a son also, and it's deep. So let's sympathize with the family. Let's reach out to them. Today we will have Dr. Lloyd. He's called Fasia, right? Is he called Dr. Lloyd or Mr.
Yes,
Lloyd?
Dr. Pastor Lloyd.
Pastor Lloyd.
Yes.
He will come on the show, join us, so he can throw a little bit of light to what's going on, so that, you know, he can let people who don't know yet about what's going on, so that they can be able to understand and be able to help if they can. But today we're talking about physical maturity, and it is fully loaded. Remember last week we talked about emotional maturity, and we found out a lot of things. Before you look at someone and say you're not mature, you got to think twice. what you're saying, because
Yeah.
there are several areas involved that brings this maturity together. So somebody may be mature in one aspect and not the other. So before you just tell somebody you're too childish, you're not mature, you have to think twice. Maturity is not a one-way street. We got emotional maturity, we got physical maturity, we got spiritual maturity, we got decision making maturity. Oh, so by the time somebody is not mature in one aspect, you can say because of that aspect, they're not mature. So think about it before you place somebody in the zone. Okay? For all those watching on Facebook, you're so welcome. I can see you all. Sally, Savannah's, Bendu Kroma, welcome. Join the conversation, because a lot of things we're going to talk about going to resonate with you today, because we heard a lot growing up. The way our people said it, we didn't understand it, but it actually really fits the description of maturity. But we will talk about all that today. So, Fasia, you want to tell all the meaning when you say physical maturity? What are we talking about?
Yes. So from this, the definition of physical maturity is an age-related concept, and it is said to occur where the level of physical development is commensurate with a given age level. So, for example, we might say that a 12-year-old is physically mature for their age, because we start to see developmental things, changes on their bodies.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so pretty much it is that physical developmental growth that we see, that is physical to the eyes.
Yep. 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 When you start to see those physical development, we say, oh, she's mature. But we don't say it in the term of you're mature now to live your life. No. It's just the physical growth. No. So, men, women, you got to be careful. Don't base anything on physical appearance.
No, not at all.
So you get yourself in trouble. Just to sidetrack, I watched this TikTok video of this Ghanaian guy in London, and they asked him the same. Are you talking to little girls? He said, no, I'm not talking to little girls. So I'm talking to only one girl. So the lady asked him, how old is the girl? He said, she's 14, like. So the woman said, do you know that's a child? He said, okay, I'm sorry. He said, so you telling this 14-year-old girl to show you picture of her body parts. Do you know that's sexual interaction with a child? Do you know that's perversion? And he's like, okay, I'm so sorry. In my mind, I'm looking at the video. I said, you are in Africa now. You'll be the boss man. You go carry it on the other side of the world. You don't know how to put it in serious there. You'll be in trouble today. And they had to arrest him because the child was 14. And he like, they won't catch him today. But
that's why you have to be very, very mindful.
Oh, you have to be careful, because you look at some of these
children
physical looks, you think that they might be 30 or 40 years old, but they're not.
Exactly, yes.
Ooh, wait. So it is scary. You see some children, you ask them the age, and they tell you the age. You like, what? Wow. But that child is just physically mature. May not be mature in any other aspect.
But just physically. Cognitively, they're not. Just physically, yes.
No, they're not. That one is
Yes.
just far off. But at what age do children start to develop? For boys, it's from the age of 9 to the age of 14. And for girls, it's from the age of 8 to the age of 13. So can you see a well-developed 8-year-old girl? And if you don't ask how old she is, she looks like she's 16. So please do not look at physical. Look at those numbers that say what is what. Please. Now, beside a girl from the age of 8 to 13 being physically mature, we have sexual mature age. So, take this into account now. You can be sexually mature, but reproductively, you have
You're
another
not.
couple of years to add on to your puberty years before you're really ready to do the things that grown-ups do that bring children into the world. So even though she may be sexually mature, that's just what the age is saying. Her body takes another length of time to get to the level for sexual reproduction. Please understand this. Because that old men in Liberia, when they see these little girls looking anyway, they think they got a full-grown woman. No, she's not yet until she crossed that barrier. She may be sexually mature, but reproductively, she's not ready. She's not ready. So please, let them grow and cross their full potential. We know back in the days, girl, they could marry a girl up at the age of 12. Yes, sexually, she's mature. Sexually, she's mature. She's into her puberty. But for women, you got to get in 4 years to attain the reproductive maturity. So 16 is appropriate. But you're doing things at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're just pushing them ahead of themselves. Sometimes they go through these stages to have children and they don't come out of it alive. Their hips may not be even formed yet. They can't even, the baby can't pass through. They gotta go ahead, sometimes do cesarean. It's too dangerous for the girls.
It is. Yes.
So
It is
please,
very
let them
dangerous.
grow. Let them grow. If you love her so much, maybe you can go and pay her dowry and start sending her to school and see if when she graduates from high school, she'll remember you. You know? So
And
please.
it's scary. As a practitioner in family practice, the youngest age, and that was scary, that I took care of teenage. Well, I can't even say teenage. She was not a teenager. Pregnancy
Yes.
was at 9 years old,
Yes.
and I mean, she was a high risk because her body had not developed, but because she had started her menstruation, so she got pregnant, but her body was not developed. Though she was physically, when you see her, she had set of boobs on her, of her height, her body size. You would think, oh, she was 16 easily, but she was a baby. And that's what we call babies having babies.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And during delivery, like you said, the baby couldn't pass through her pelvic area, the birth canal, because she was not fully developed.
Yep.
So just because we see them, we see the physical aspect, it doesn't mean that they are fully matured.
Yes. Well, we will come back to this, but for now, we're going to have a guest on the show today. He wants to come and talk to us about the laws, as I told you earlier, in our community. So he's going to share some light on it, share some light on what's going on and how you can help. Okay, so we got Dr. Samuel Lloyd. He's in studio. I'm going to bring him to the screen. Dr. Lloyd, you are so welcome. You have to unmute your. Oh, good. All right. You are
Thank
so
you,
Welcome, Dr.
Professor.
Lloyd.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Fasia.
so so. Thank you so much for coming, so you can share light on what's going on. Beside, all of us know that we have a loss. How we can help, how people can assist.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Pile and Sis Fasia, for allowing me to come and talk to our people. Well, I think, as you rightly said, we all know that we have a loss in the community. Our president lost his son, and about here what we can do. I'm here to talk to the community people. Uh, the family called me and they want us to help in that direction. And the funeral should be the 17th of this month. That's what they plan. But the expense is so huge, or 20,000 that they need. And it was not something that was planned. It was not something that they were keeping money for. That this thing gonna happen, and we have to spend it. So they need our help as a community. They need our help. So the meeting on the fourth, this not the fourth, yeah, on the fourth, the coming Sunday, is for us to come together and see how we can help the family cover some of the expenses that they'll be making for the funeral or the homegoing of our son. So that's the purpose of the meeting on Sunday. I think we'll have another meeting on the 10th, which will be the community visitation. So that's the reason why I'm here, to talk to the community members, to meet on Sunday at 4 o'clock at the house. Come with whatsoever that you have so that we can be able to put it together. I think I saw you asking me about GoFundMe information. I'm not really familiar with that GoFundMe stuff.
Okay.
That's the reason why I didn't send anything to you, because I'm not so familiar. Because I think what I was told, it was for those out of state. Yeah, those out of state that want to help. I think that's what I was told. Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm here, Professor Pele and Sis Fasia.
Well, you know, friends are everywhere. Some people may not know them personally, but situations, people can have empathy to help. So that GoFundMe, I wish they would have given you the information so we could run the information for other people who just watch the show, hear the situation, and like want to help. You know, but this is where we are. So Sunday, the 4th of February. What time is the meeting again, Dr. Lloyd?
At 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Can we have the location for that meeting?
Yeah, the location is at the Packers residence.
Oh, the Packers. Okay.
So
Okay.
we just encouraging the community to come out on Sunday. Let us I was telling somebody, I said, sometimes when things like this happen, you don't know. I think 2 years ago when the Collins family lost their son, and we were trying to raise money. And I think Pacos and his wife, the Pacos, I think I was trying to check my record. I think either 250 is contributed or 500 contributed towards that what it cost, not knowing after 2 years, you know, it would be his own son in such a situation like this. So sometimes I will tell somebody, I say, look, so now we don't know. So when things like that happen, it's always good that the community come and rally around, especially a young person. The person will not seek nothing at the kind to say, and such a thing happen like this. For me, I tell people the reason why most of the time I find myself in this venture is because myself I lost a child. So and I know the pain that comes with you losing a child. I know it very well. So whenever such a thing happen, I will put myself in the shoe. It's supposed again. As I said, we lost my wife and I. We lost our daughter, and we can't forget about what happened. And I tell people most of the time the reason why for us it's just hard to forget is because the same day our daughter died, it's the same day my wife gave birth to our only son we have now. The same day one child left, another one came in. So it's just very difficult. When we celebrated our son's birthday, it was the same day that we lost our daughter.
Oh,
So so it's
wow.
almost a bittersweet, right?
That's when you know God has a good sense of humor.
I
Woo-wee.
know. Because that's what people were saying. Because like we lost our daughter like about 12, like let's say 30 in the morning on June 5th, and my wife gave birth 7 p.m. on June 5th. So people say, oh no, you're not crying again. Go on and tell one, go on and give one. You started crying in the house, and I had the crying stop.
Yep.
I had the crying
Yep.
stop. But the normal cry again. Let us celebrate the newborn baby instead of all crying.
Yes.
And also that's what make it hard for us to really forget about our daughter because the same day she died was the same day our only son we have now was born.
Wow.
So so when things like that happen, it really get to me, and we try to do everything we can to take the burden off the head of the family. I know what I'm talking about
How
because when it
old
won't
was
happen, the
your
same thing. Yeah.
How old was your
So
daughter when you lost her, if you don't mind me asking?
she was 7 years old.
7. Oh my goodness.
So sorry about that.
That's so
Oh yeah,
tender. Yes.
she was 7 years old.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
so we want the community to come out, let us rally. As I was telling when somebody called me, oh, what we doing on that day? I'm trying to explain to them. I said, when Paco, when they came in that time, we're collecting the money. He said, oh, Pastor Lord, you want to contribute my family. Oh, yeah, I was checking the record. I think 500 that he contributed, he and his wife. And not knowing today will be his. And, so we are human beings. We don't know what is ahead of us. We are not God to determine what is ahead of us. So, like, when something happen, we all rally around the person, do what we can, and to help the person. Probably we may find ourselves in a scene shoot tomorrow that we don't even know about. So again, that's something that we pray for. But hey, we are human beings. Anything can happen.
Yep.
So we ask the community, let us come out on Sunday. Come, let us contribute whatsoever we have. Like the way we did it that time during the college time, where people gave generously. So for 500, 400, 300. I can remember one family giving all $1,000. Yeah, and we were able to pay all the expenses for everything, even money left. I was given to the family afterward to dry the tears, even though money can't bring the child back, but at least to help them dry the tears. So I really want us to put everything in it, like the way we did it all the time for the other family. And, it's like when I go to the house, I see the family, man. I tell somebody when I see Sonny, my heart just bleeds, and see her, the way she crying, the way it's not easy. Now, so if the community can just take some burden off their hair while they are mourning for their child, we cannot take some burden off their hair. That's something that God will bless us if we really do that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pastor Lloyd. This is such a sad, sad incident. This is a parent's worst nightmare. No parent wants to bury their child. No parent. So every mother, every father in this community knows, it touches every home. So to the Parker family, again, have our condolences. And one thing I know about this community, regardless of whatever it is, when it comes to death, we rally around each other.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
am sure this community will come out and show out. Again, as Pastor Lloyd said, we are appealing to the community to please rally around the Parker family. Whatever you can donate, please. Any amount counts, and every amount counts. So whatever we can do to wrap our arms around them to help bury their son Kiki, commonly known as Kiki, let us help as much as we can. And I'm sure, I know that we will.
And if I
And
say, let me ask something. Someone called me and said, "Oh, we're paying money, so we're paying money." So I said, "Look, what we're doing is from the family. The family have asked us to do what we're doing. So whatsoever that will be collected, the list will be given to the liberation station, as a contribution. So it's like whatsoever you give will be a contribution. You don't have to give any other thing to library community again, and different from what you'll be doing, because the list will be compiled and given to the library committee, association, whosoever they got to call their group, and hey, these are those that contributed to us, and this. So don't worry about, oh, we pay money, so we have to pay money. So whatsoever that you will come to give on that day, will be collecting all the way up to the 10th for the family visitation, I mean the community visitation, and all the way to the day of the funeral, which will be the 17th. Okay, so whatsoever that will be collected, we will come up with a holistic list and we'll post it in the library chat room. We'll post it in all the chat rooms, and you will see what you gave, what family gave, and everything. It will be very transparent. Especially, hey, I tell people where I stand. I'm not a person that play with poor money. Okay, so because of my own repetition and my own integrity, I don't do certain things. Yeah, so rest assured, those of that contributed during the late or heritage time knows exactly what I'm saying. The little bit compiled. I mean, we give through cash app, because we'll give you the cash App information, we'll give you the sale information. If you can sell, if you can cash app, we have all the information available for you. No, just go ahead and do it. We will come up with a list and post the list, and you'll make sure that every contribution that is given will be accounted for and given to the family. We're not doing this for anything. We don't want nothing out of it. As I said, my wife and I, we went through this. We know exactly how serious it is. And when I went to the hospital, I told her, I said, even if I had an enemy, I would
you don't
never
wish
wish
that on the
for your child to die. Never, if I have an enemy. I'm telling you, I know where it is. I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. How you feel. Even though I'm a man, but man, I can't forget June 5th. Can't forget June 5th.
So,
Can never ever.
Dr. Lloyd, for people who just watch the show and wants to contribute, they don't have to know the Parkers. What are they supposed to do to be a blessing to the family?
Okay, those that are watching the show, I can give you my cash app and my Zelle. I like to do a Zelle most of the time than the cash app stuff. I can give my Zelle because the family are giving me the authority to do this. I can give my Zelle, my number, and you sell whatsoever you have. And so, as I said, we'll come up with a comprehensive list with
Yeah.
whatsoever will be given. So
So
you will
what you
you will
can
stay
do for
reflected.
me now that you're on the show, you can send me that information on WhatsApp. Let me run it across the screen so other people can see it, and we will keep it running until the show is over. So those who want to be a part and just from a long distance, don't know the family but just want to support, can be able to do that. So send that information to me for you in the WhatsApp, and I'll be able to run it across the screen. Okay? So we appealing to everyone. Look, Julius Parker is the president of the Liberian community. But this is not politics right now. This is not LAI right now. This is a fellow Liberian who has a situation. And remember, rain doesn't fall on one person household. So please come out there, put differences aside. When we finish with
Yes.
everything, we'll go back to LAI stuff because that's what we do. We will go back to and take care of LAI. But right now, in LAI business is the Parker family that has a loss. So please leave your differences out of it. Help whatever way you can help, and do what you do as a human. You know, some people like to do things anonymously. I think they will just appreciate you any way, shape, or form. So it is okay to help out. Okay, so please, if you're out there and you want to be a part of it, Fasia, do you know how old the boy was?
I believe he was 19.
19-year-old. Can you imagine that?
There's a young adult.
Yep.
Yeah.
The last I remember, that was the
So
graduation
sad.
party. Yeah.
Hmm.
Graduation party, and I'm like, is this the same person that did a graduation recently? They say, yeah, oh my goodness. We just talked party and now we're talking this. So yes, please, please, please come out on Sunday. If you live in Indianapolis, please come out. If you are in the nearing vicinity, please come out and support them. If you are out of state and yet you want to be a part of what's going on, uh, Dr. Lloyd will send me his information and I will run it across the screen right now, and you'll be able to be a part of it. So please remember, as you do to the least of your brethren, you've done unto the Lord. Okay?
Yes. Again, on behalf of
Right now.
Thank God It Is Fabulous, we want to extend our sincere, heartfelt condolences to the family. The Lord will give you strength. This is such a sad
I know.
tragedy.
Especially
So, folks, there
when
is
they're in their
the
prime.
Zelle number. If you want to Zelle any contributions to Pastor Lloyd, there is the number 609-414-8142. He prefers Zelle, but you can do Zelle or Cash App.
Yep. Please. Yep. When the rain starts to
So
fall,
it's
it
the
falls on all
19th, is it?
men.
Yes,
The 17th.
the 17th. Okay.
Yeah, the funeral would be the 16th would be the wake keeping, and the 17th would be the funeral service.
Okay.
So do what you can.
So
Don't say I gotta
that is
wait for the next
3
month
weekends from now.
paycheck before I do it.
Yeah.
Whatever lays on your heart. Sometimes you may want to give more. You may not have it right now. Just give the little you have now. You know, at the end of the day, only one person sees your heart and can reward you diligently. Everybody else can't do nothing about it. So whatever you do in secret for him, he will openly do your reward. So whatever you have to give to be a blessing, do it. Okay? Even if you've had differences with this family in the past, as I said before, right now it's not about differences. It's not about LAI. It's about a family who have had a loss. So let's rally around them. And Liberian are that, far away from home. So we are all guests over here. So when another guest have a problem, you better check your toenail because you're a guest too. So let's help our brother up to be able to, you know, do the best we can as a community, as friends, as Liberians in the diaspora. You know, that's the beauty of a media. It go places that you never expected. Sometimes you in Australia and you watching the show and you want to be a blessing to this boy, the information is on the screen. If you don't have Zelle or Cash App, but you do watch the show, our numbers are there. You can link up and we will link you so that you can be a blessing. Don't let this be any kind of excuse for you to do what you can do so that God will bless you too. Okay? So, Dr. Law, you got anything else you want to say to us?
No, just to say thank you, Professor and Fasia, for allowing us to come. And impromptu stuff. When I call you today, you were like, "Oh, no problem, just come in." Yeah, thank you for being so kind. Thank you for being so open. And I think this is what we need to do as a community. Even though we may have our differences, but when it comes to death, and I tell people, it's like a ring. It's like a ring. It does not fall on one roof alone. And the roof it sees, it
Exactly.
falls on it. Yeah. So I really want us to come, let us ride around this family. And he's our president. And he has served his community. He's still serving the community. And this thing I'm happy to him. Let us show love. As he said, whatsoever, nothing is too small. Okay, nothing is too small. If we needed $10 and you give on 1 cent, we no more need $10.
Yeah.
We need
Exactly.
$9.99.
No,
So
99 cents.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So nothing is too small. Okay, no. Let us come. Let us give whatsoever that God lays on our heart, so it can be a blessing to this family. Let us take some of the burden off their head while they are mourning the death of their son. Let us be thinking on how we bury him. Let us show up as a community. Let us do what we can to show them love, like we did when with the Collins family when they lost their young son. I'm begging you guys, Sunday, let us come up. You already have my number there.
Yep.
Already have my cash app. You can cash app. Trust me, trust me. Your money is safe,
Oh, Dr.
absolutely
Lord,
safe.
we know. When it comes to
Yeah,
you,
No, let us say
that
it
I
because
can
we don't want to be
absolutely.
guarantee.
narrow minded.
Trust me.
Say it.
Fasia, we are on the same boat, so you know what I stand for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So don't worry,
yeah.
don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. No, don't worry, don't worry. So rest assured that any money you sell or you cash out is safe. Don't worry, it's safe. The family will receive it. Yeah. So
And
again, I
just
want to tell you
thank
guys,
you,
thank you.
Dr. Lord. Thank you so much for just stepping up to be able to do this.
Yes, thank you. Thank
It's
you
a
so much.
blessing all the way around. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
All righty.
So that was that part of the show. So
Ooh,
we're going to keep the
yes.
information across the screen. So, as you are making up your mind, the information will be there. Okay? You can do what you can do and let God be your blesser. God, He's the one who diligently reward
Today,
us.
can you add so people can know just under it to add contribution for burial
Say what
or
now?
for funeral? Can you add just a little something so they will know what they are contributing to?
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me edit it.
So there you have it. We're calling on the community to please come out and rally if you cannot make it on Sunday because of your work schedule or if you're not in town. You know, whatever contribution you can send will be greatly, greatly appreciated.
So his name was Kiki Parker,
His name is Julius
Parker
Kiki
Jr.
Parker Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, or Julius K. Parker Jr.
Julia Kiki Parker.
So just a quick impromptu announcement too, as we always do for any burial on the 16th. We will not air, just as respect to the family, which is 2 Fridays from now. We will not air the show.
Okay. All right. So back to this physical maturity business we're talking here today. So you know how back home our old moms and thing would say to you, "You're smelling yourself now, eh? You think you woman now." Do you know they were actually very correct? Because when puberty starts, that's when you create body odor, because your hormones are starting to, come into maturity. You create acne, you get body odor, your sweat glands is very active, and your oil glands is activated. So the oil glands will bring the acne, and the sweat gland bringing all the fur hormones that's under your arm to be able to protect those lymph nodes. They start to, we call it stink, but they're not stink, they're just doing their job. They produce those odors so that they can protect the lymph nodes that have developed, and majority of them are in your groin area, they are under your arm, they are under your neck, your chin. So they're just working. So that funky will can cause this thing that better good. Those are fair hormones, and at that time you need to educate them to use line to help them, cut the odor down. But that's when it comes. So when our old people say you smelling yourself now, it was right. They were really right. Or for a young boy, when his chest started to spread out and his legs just catch this growth spurt one morning, you see he just taller than you, and night before he wasn't, and he started to have little hair in his chest and under his chin, and then he walking like that. He only walking like that because his shoulders have started to broaden. They will say, oh, you think you man now, eh? You cocking your chest. No, it's puberty. They're not making it happy, it's happening because it's developmental
happening, yes.
stage. It has to happen. Okay? So young girls, some of them will develop their breast bud, some wouldn't. It is not a problem. Some come in late and some come in early. So sometimes you may see maybe a 9-year-old, not even 9, 7-year-old, look like they're starting to get a bud. Whereby they're supposed to start doing it at 8, 9, but some come 7, And oh, I love African parents. They take that stick for you and they whip that bud back into. Can you imagine that? Oh man. Oh, yeah. Oh, you think you want one now, eh? Because they lay knot on your chest and they try to beat the knot back into your body.
And they would use the fufu stick. Why the fufu stick?
Because it's flat at the end.
Oh God. They will use the fufu stick, my dear.
Oh my goodness. Please let them grow. They ain't got nothing to do with that. It's not them. It's the stage. Their body will do that. God already did that a long time ago. The children got nothing to do with it. The only thing you can advise them and guide them where they are in their life cycle so that you do not make errors, about things that will happen. But the sad truth about it is we have to protect them at this time. Because at this stage, they are very attractive to people who got no common sense. So you have to protect them. The breast bud start to develop. They start to get hair under their armpit, in their pubic area, on their legs, on their arms. The hair starts to grow everywhere hair can grow. That's why you'll notice young girls want to shave their leg because they don't want the hair to be there. But it's the growth. It's what happened. Then they start to have discharges. It's not because they went to a man. Please, mothers, it's not because your daughter went to a man, that's why she got discharged. No. That discharge comes before period. Before they start to experience the period, they start to have the discharge. It's just hormones. It's just hormones. Look, I seen a sad case growing up where this girl was beaten really bad because her mom found her panties and it had some white stuff inside of it. And that woman swore that that was semen. Well, I wouldn't know what it was because I wouldn't have known if you show it to me at that time. But just thinking back now and after reading up on this, I like, wow. Because she said, I do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. You know? She kept saying it, and they said they must carry her to the midwife so the midwife can check her to see if she a virgin or not. Whatever else came out of that case, we never got to hear that outcome. But I bet you if they even find that outcome, the mom wouldn't have said anything. She would just say, I thought. And, you know, and beat that girl for nothing,
Yeah.
you know. So be careful. You yourself as parents, because now we have a lot of children having children. So you really don't know a lot about your own developmental state before you will know
And
it
now
about
you
your
are a
child.
parent.
You know?
Exactly.
But you're supposed to be the parent. So please, please educate yourself so that you can be able to help your children at the transition through this stage, you know? And you know, most of the children in Liberia helping their parents to do stuff, selling, going up and down, they're puberty age. So if you don't tell them to do arches and lamb under their arm, they will be stink in the street all day long. But they're not them. It's their body hormone that is doing it, you know? So you have to help them grow. For young girls, their hip will start to increase, you know? Their body is maturing for a particular season, purpose, and time. But we said again, 4 years after the start of that stage is when they are ready. So if they were 8-year-old, you started seeing breast buds, you started seeing hair in the pubic area under the arm, 4 more years before they get to that mature level for reproductive activities. Please let them grow. Okay? All right. We're talking about a young man because you know, a lot of times men think it's only women that go through menopause. Men go through menopause, but theirs is not called menopause. Theirs is called andropause. They have decreased libido. They have a decreased arousal. They think it, but it don't happen. They're going through that part of stuff. It starts between the age of 40 to 55. But sometimes it can even happen at the age of 30. So think about it. Some men are 30 having those kind of symptoms. They'll feel embarrassed. I'm a young man. I'm supposed to be agile. Well, it doesn't always work like that. And if you're 30 years old and you start to experience it, you're just experiencing a change in physical maturity early. That's all. Okay? So don't beat yourself up. Nobody in with you. It's not voodoo. It can happen. It's called andropause. Men can have it. All right? So let's talk about some of the stages that we go through as humans. So we have several stages in this physical stage. Okay? Your physical growth is what you go through from pregnancy, and the developmental stage during pregnancy has its own physical maturity. That is why you can see a woman and you say, oh my goodness, this woman is about to give birth. But maybe it's just the physical look of the abdomen and it's not the mature look of the abdomen. So she may be 7 months and she may look huge. You're like, oh, I think she's about to give birth. She said, no, I'm just 7 months. Or I'm just 6 months. So either way, there is a maturity time. And we know it to be 9 months. But nobody says some people can go to 11 months. Nobody says some people can go to 10 months. It do happen. Some people come early, 7. And some people come very late, way past 9 months. So these are all physiological changes, physical changes of maturity. Okay? Another thing we're going to talk about, all the different stages that we go through as humans. Okay? We got puberty. When we come, girls, the age of 8 to 13, and boys, come through the age of 9 to 14, we say, oh, the boy, some boys will get acne on their face, and they don't like it because you know how people can tease. But then these different stages, we got a prenatal development. That's the one from the time the mother conceived, from the early stages. Then the child is born. Then we start from infancy. We go to toddler. We go to early childhood. We go to middle childhood. We go to adolescence. We go to early adulthood, middle adulthood, and then we have late adulthood. So all these stages, each one of these stages you get in, there are certain criteria you have to meet. It's called growth developmental. So the mind has to grow and do certain things. So if you're pushing the age, you're pushing the physical look, but mentally you're not growing, you are delayed. Okay? So some people are delayed, some people are way ahead. Those who are way ahead, they say, oh, this child is so mature for their age, because they are doing things that children within that age group are not doing. So then we say this child is very physically mature for their age. It's just like seeing a 1-year-old child doing math. You're like, what? This baby is a genius. The baby is developed maturely in that area, but it's still a baby. It's just 1 year old. So a lot of times, parents do a whole lot to bring their children to that stage. Because the baby can hear the mom when he's in the abdomen. You can talk to your child. You can start teaching a child from your stomach before they come out. You'll be surprised. And don't do that baby talk. Boo, boo, boo. No, they don't want to hear that. That's why babies always laugh when you do that, because you look and sound ridiculous. You need to talk to them just the way you talk, so that they can learn and understand, because they need it for their physical development. Okay? So, we've shared a lot of information with you about physical maturity. One main take home: please leave the girls alone so that they can grow up. They are not sweet pineapple. They're not sweet pumpkin. They need to grow up. Leave them alone so that they can grow and mature, so you can have decent women in society. Hardship has changed a lot of things in the lives of these young girls. People who had their own plans and thoughts in their mind, who they wanted to be, what they will do. Sometimes somebody will just come from somewhere and ruin everything, because that girl body is sexually mature, and now you think you found a girl, so you want to go and do stuff with her. Please let them grow. Let them live their life. Let them realize their full potential. Because some of these things end up taking them out before the time. So please, please, and please, let our young ones grow. Let them mature. Don't put your eyes on them because of the way they look physically. They are not mature yet. So please, we're appealing to all the fathers out there, all the young men out there. Please, if you want to help a young girl, help her. Just help her. Don't help her for reward. Okay? What you're doing cannot even repay you. It's a moment's pleasure. Just help her if you want to help her. Because a lot of times people want to do tit for tat. Oh, come see me, I will do this for you. And the next thing they want returns. You need to stop it. You need to stop it. Let the children grow. There are too many mature, grown-up women out there to do grown-up stuff with. Leave the babies alone. Leave them. That doesn't make you a man. It makes you a boy in a man's body. Please. All right? I think I went on a whole tantrum right now to rent. But anyway, it doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what you have been through. My partner is having difficulty getting in right now, but thank God it's fabulous. I don't know who needs to hear this message. I don't know who's supposed to understand this information. But mothers, fathers, protect your children. Let them grow. Help them grow. Protect them. There are too many wolves out there, and they are just sheep. So please protect them. And you know the sad thing, it also happened to boys. It's not just girls. It also happened to boys. So don't say, oh, he's a man, nobody gonna bother him. No, they are bothering all of them now.
So
All of
true.
them.
Yes.
So please protect our children. Protect them. You know, the wickedness of this world is on a different level. You know, people do things that you sit and you think about it, your body will cringe. But people are doing it. People are doing it. So you can never underestimate anybody. If you're a single mom and you have a daughter, know the man before you bring him to your house around your growing daughter. Understand them before you bring them there. You know, a lot of wickedness is in the heart of man. So you have to protect these children, girls and
And we need to
boys.
talk to our children. We need to
Yes,
explain things to them. We need to be open
yes.
with them. You
Now,
know,
not
back
see, by the
when we
time
were
you see
growing
them
up,
running
things
around,
were
oh, you think you
hidden.
woman now, you whip them, they come and tell you anything.
Yes, when we were growing up in our days, things were hidden from us. You know, but we have to talk to our children and explain things, let them know,
Yep,
tell them it as it is. If
yes,
not, they will go out there and find it out and
yep,
might find it
yep.
out the wrong way.
So true, so true.
You know, back in our days, puberty started at 13,
Yeah.
14, 15.
Yes.
Now it's
Do you?
starting at 8 and 9.
Yes. So for see, let's thinking about that now, it's like, okay, what was happening during our time?
Well, I mean, the only thing I can put it on is during our time or where we grew up, we were eating organic foods.
Oh yeah, that's
Not too
another
many
thing too.
pesticides, all these chemicals. You know, the chicken grow up today, the chicken hashes today. 2 weeks from now, it's in the store, it's this big because they're giving it so many antibiotics and so many hormones,
Yes,
you know. So that's my thought process.
for real. Something just did. You're right.
Yeah,
Because
but now you have kids 7, 8 years old getting girls getting their cycles.
yes, yes,
And back when we were growing up, at least the minimum age would be 13
13, yeah, 12,
and
13.
up, yes. But now, no, 13 is too late. You know, you have kids in third grade, fourth grade getting their cycle. And I have a daughter. What I did with her, you know, when at the age of 8, on the weekend, I went to the dollar store and got the dollar store maxi pads. And on the weekend, I would have her wear it so she would get a feel of it. These are things that was not done before.
Fasia, you know, I'm so thankful. That's some of the things I like. I don't want to deal with a girl child. You know, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, so on the weekend, I would just have her wear it in her undies, just so she would be, you know, comfortable with it.
Yeah.
You know, and so she would. So when it was that time for her, I believe she was 9 when she started,
Yeah. Okay.
but she was well prepared. So these are things that we need to do with our girls and our boys. You know, you talk about the stories about, we say, oh, to talk about the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
You have to start talking about the birds and the bees when they are of age, or when they ask questions. Don't sugarcoat it or don't give it a different name. Tell them as it is. To me, I don't think it's too much information.
Yeah. And you know, Fasia, another thing to take into consideration is not every girl's first period is going to be that bright red blood.
No.
Some people get the dark spotty discharge. It's still part of it. It's still it. So when you see that, don't say, oh, that's not the real thing there, man. No, it is the real thing. It is the real thing, okay? It just come, that's how that one look for that person. Yeah, but all of them are normal. It happens. And then sometimes you see that and then you don't see it for 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
Yes.
And then one day it come back again.
Mhm.
Like for me, I always had irregular periods. I see my period, maybe I will see 3 times in a whole 12 months. You know? And I used to like it because I don't have to deal with the pad you have to wear. So I used to like it until I became a woman. Well, at the age of 30, and I did birth control. Then I became regular. Then I started coming every month. What kind of trouble is
Yes.
this?
Well, because at the time your hormones were not regulated.
Yes.
So the birth
Yes.
control regulated your hormones.
Yes. Yes. And some parents, by the time your daughter, you say, when last you saw your period? The girl say, I see it for 3 months. Somebody will start beating you right there and then because you're pregnant and you ain't even do nothing. So parents, please, it can happen like that, okay? Sometimes they see it that first time, they may not see it again for 6 months. Nothing happened to them. As long as they're not sexually active, nothing is happening. It is normal too, okay?
But yeah, so and don't wait until your daughter have her menses before you start to explain it to
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Try
That's how
to
the
get
children
them
get in the
prepared.
street and then
So
them clothes get messed up,
right.
you know?
Try to get them prepared and explain to them. Tell them exactly what their body part, the actual name of it. Don't give these, fictitious names.
Yeah,
Give them the real name. So in case something happens, they're explaining the real name and don't go call a different name.
yeah.
We have to be straightforward with them.
Yep, clear can be, so that they
Exactly.
understand the information and they know when to apply it. The big thing they'll tell you by the time you start having your period, any man tells you you're getting pregnant.
Yo,
So you start thinking in your mind, if a man physically
just
tells
touch
you
you.
that pregnancy,
Exactly. Yeah.
can you imagine that?
It's
And
but
then you go
but
outside to
then
play and
again,
someone a boy gonna tell
back
you, oh,
in
you gonna
our
get me
days,
pregnant. What do you
back
mean?
in our days, we believed it and we were naive.
Yeah,
Which to a point it was good, but then
it was.
to a
Yeah,
certain point it wasn't. you know. So I mean,
yeah,
but we have to explain to our children and let them know, because if not, they will go out there and find out from their friends
yeah.
the wrong way, and we don't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah, and then the young boys during their age of puberty, they start to increase in height. They get muscle built up.
The
They
voice
have
starts to change. I mean, they will go to
acne. Their
sleep,
voice
literally go
change,
to bed one night and wake up that
and
morning
wake
with
up.
this
They got all
deep
this
voice.
deep voice.
Yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's growth for you. Puberty, that growth stage will happen, but when they start to experience it, you got to educate and give them the right information so that they are informed. You know.
That's the key.
Well, it doesn't matter what you're going through.
Or what you have been through.
Thank
Thank
God
God,
is
it's
fabulous.
fabulous.
So we've come to another conclusion of this show. And next week, we're going to be talking about spiritual maturity.
Mm,
We
that's a
put
deep
down
one.
emotional one. Today, we put down physical one. We're going to talk spiritual maturity next Friday. So please join us again for the discussion. Be a part of it. Share the video. Share the podcast. And also remember, we are going through a loss in our community. You can be a part of it. Across the screen is the name of the young fellow and who you can contact to make any kind of financial contribution. And this weekend, Sunday, if you're in Indianapolis, we'll be going to the president's house. Though he didn't bring that information for us to put on the screen. But if you ask anybody in the Liberian community where the president's house is, they will give you directions to go there. and just be a blessing. And let God diligently reward you for all your good works. Okay? You have a blessed evening, and thank
Good
you
night.
for joining us. Good night.